Is it just me? Or does it seem like job cuts are hitting hard? Let's talk about how building a side business could be your safety net in today's shaky job market. Hey, if we've not met, my name is Hope. My husband Michael and I are full-time eBay resellers. We've been at this for about a year, and currently we're on a 30-day challenge to try to right size our business. And we have been working on tweaking the right number of listings per day so that they kind of come pretty close to the number of sales we have per day. I am happy to report that today I've just returned from the post office with 4 sales going out. Not a stellar day, but a good solid one, a couple of good sales, and already we have some sales happening that will go to the post office tomorrow. Back to the topic of job loss. I find it really interesting that in my YouTube feed, I know that we get fed what we watch, and YouTube apparently thinks that I'm very interested in job loss, which I'm not really. But I do find it really interesting that a lot of businesses are formed out of job loss situation, which seems to just present opportunity. So I was a little bit curious and I got online and did some research to find out, am I imagining this, or is there indeed a trend of companies that are laying off, downsizing, eliminating, restructuring? And indeed, that is the case. It turns out that as of today, May 15th, 2025, approximately 1,200 companies have announced mass layoffs since the beginning of the year. Tech alone has seen about 123 companies lay off about 52,000 workers. Now, there are plenty of things that are driving these pressures. Companies are citing slow revenue growth, high interest rates, inflation, and just overall tariff-driven cost increases as reasons for their layoff. For example, UPS just announced 20,000 job cuts due to the global trade policy changes and tariffs. The rise of artificial intelligence and automation is a significant factor, with about 40% of companies worldwide expecting to reduce their workforce in the next 5 years. Now, there are also some post-pandemic adjustments still going on. Many companies overhired during the pandemic, and they're still making adjustments now to correct for the slower growth and declining revenues. And then there's also just an overall corporate strategy of just restructuring, eliminating a lot of middle management, and just streamlining companies to make them more profitable and more competitive in today's market. So not to focus too much on the doom and gloom, but rather, see this as an opportunity. We're living in a world that is changing, and it is changing rapidly. But it's not necessarily something that we need to be scared about. We need to see this as an opportunity to make adjustments and be ready for that change when it does happen. One of the ways that we can get ready is by being prepared for the day that you might get caught off guard with a phone call or an email letting you know that your job is being eliminated. What do you do then? Well, if you have built a side business around something that you really enjoy doing, and you're in the position then to scale that up, then that phone call or that email that results in a job loss is the perfect opportunity for you to transition to becoming your own boss. Now, obviously, we went through that transition just about a year ago, and it has taken some time. I do wish that we had started years before. So that's why I'm really encouraging you today to consider what that thing might be for you. For us, it was eBay. For you, it may be another business. But start today to build something on the side while you don't have the pressure on you to make it super successful, so that when the time comes, you're able to make that leap with confidence. And we are in a great place with an unemployment rate of just 4.2% currently. But I'm just encouraging you to start today to think about having something on the side that you could transition to and make a full-time business should the need arise. If you do follow our channel, then I'm assuming that eBay is probably something that you either are thinking about or you have been building. So if that is the case, I encourage you to stick around. Let's enjoy this ride together. Let's encourage each other, share information, and help one another out. I do hope that that's given you a little something to think about. Job loss, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. In fact, I have heard stories recently of people who've come out of that meeting or gotten off that phone call with a smile on their face because they know that they've just been given permission to go full time into a business that they've been building on the side. So why don't you follow their lead and get ready to do the same? That's all I have for you today, friend. I hope you have a blessed one, and we will catch you on the next video.